It's September 25th, about 6:30 in the morning. I just wanted to show this pot I got at Home Depot. They were regularly $40, I think, this summer, and then I was able to get this pot for $3. So, because it was such a bargain, I bought two. You can kind of tell that the sun's gonna come up. It's about 67 degrees. Supposed to get up to probably almost 100 today. Same with Monday and Tuesday, and then maybe Wednesday it starts going down a little bit. So the highs, it's gonna be highs in the upper 90s to 100, not over 100 though. And then the lows will be in the 60s, mid 60s to high 60s, which I don't think that's bad, except that it is warmer than this past week. This tree needs to be trimmed bad. Anyway, here's my other succulent pot. So I'm really pleased for $3. And the cashier was saying, boy, you could sell each one of those plants for $3. And she goes, I know you're not gonna do that. I'm thinking, no, I wouldn't. We still have gopher problems. Now the gopher has moved over into this bed. Where did I see the hole? I tried to weed this out a little bit, and that's when I saw there's a mound right there. It's hard to see on the camera, but it's moved into this area. So it went underneath the sidewalk, and it's bringing all this dirt back over to here. And I would weed there, but I've just been steering clear of the gopher. I did take some of the tops off of the pots where I could. That tomato plant is worked into that tower, and the same with this tomatillo. That one I'll probably take out because it's just a cypress vine, and the cypress vine isn't going to grow there anyway. You can see it's already into the... So that I'm going to pull out. Here's like an eggplant growing up in here. I need to pull that. So these two pots that have salvia in them right now, I'm gonna move the salvia to the backyard. Ooh, that bird's mad at me. And then that salvia right here. And I'm gonna and then we're gonna trim these bushes back, and then I'm gonna put grasses in here at the top. So that'll be pretty. And one of the things I want to do is I'm going to put all of these boxwoods back into smaller pots in the backyard and see if I can keep maybe their root systems alive. I don't know. I'm really upset that I wasn't able to grow those. Oh, that's losing some leaves. Still haven't got the sun to come up, but it's working on it. Oh, the one thing I hope the gopher doesn't do is mess with this orange mum here. I love this mum, and I don't want to lose it. And I just feel like the gopher being in there is a bad deal. The lights just went off. that made me think of it, because there's a part of that mum that's alive right there. Our cooler is on because we like to sleep with it in the 60s. And so typically it would be turned off, but it's just a little bit warmer than we usually sleep. I moved some cannas to this pot. They're from the pot at the jacuzzi. The elephant ears are starting to look really nice. There's just one leaf. Pretty. Still happy with this bush. It looked good all summer. Probably gonna look good in the winter. My fountain grass. And I haven't pulled the dead Italian cypress yet. I thought I was gonna buy a larger Italian cypress the other day when I was at Home Depot, but what it was is a juniper, so I wasn't quite sure I wanted a juniper. They had Italian cypress, but they were about this size, and I was thinking I wanted to get a bigger one. Some of these pots are gone, not the Russian sage yet, and then because I still have water to the Russian sage, there's one emitter here that I threw in a bucket. I'm probably going to get this cleaned up this week. This is the pot I pulled the cannas out, and then there's a lot of cannas in there, but I'm not sure. The reason I haven't tackled that container yet is I'm not sure where to put them. I don't really want to get rid of them, but they're tall, so they've got to have a home that's... There's my towers sitting right there. They gotta have a home that gives them, well, I want to give them a good home. I don't know what it is yet. So I turned back these snapdragons, and there's new growth coming in. We pulled the dirt out of that pot, and then my husband fixed the pot so that it's not going to have any holes on the bottom of it anymore. So I'm going to get that refixed. What do you call it? All the dirt put back in it. I moved this lantana that was against the house into this pot. I actually think it should accept this place because it's a little cooler than around the house, but we'll see. Here's my muncher cucumbers coming up. There's another one that's starting to come out there. And then I have 3 red pots over there, the rings for the tower, and then I have another one that's full of dirt that I haven't planted out, but I'm probably going to put lettuce in it, even though they're deep pots. I'll probably still put lettuce in them. All the green ones are planted and in the house except for one, which is sitting there. And I don't know if I'll put that ring on. I haven't decided. It depends on how much lettuce I want. I repotted these lantana. These are the sunrise rose lantana. And then this is an ancho pepper. So I'm trying to keep those alive. I got this aloe from my garden club. I'm trying to figure out, I think I'm going to put it on the east side of the house because I don't think it likes afternoon sun at all. And I kind of know where I'm going to put it. And then this is verbena and a chocolate flower. And I wanted to put these out front, but I didn't want to mess with the gopher, so I don't know. And then yesterday we received 3 different types of grasses. So I've got, I think it's Carly Rose, Puppy Love, and Prairie Winds. Carly Rose, is that right? That's Puppy Love. That one. I kind of wanted to show the Carly Rose to Cheyenne Sky. That's Prairie Winds. Cheyenne Sky. Isn't this these darker ones? Maybe it's these darker ones. Nope, that's Puppy Love. But I think that's so pretty. Carly Rose. It's delicate looking. And then it's got these really pretty little tassels on it. Carly Rose. Anyway, we got about 9 plants that are all grasses. And I'm going to put, of course, some by the jacuzzi, and then I haven't decided where the rest are going. Oh, 2 out front. That'll probably be the prairie winds, but I'm not sure. This is my Augustaki, and it's blooming. Is that not pretty? I guess you can make tea out of this. It's very delicate looking. I like it. I just don't like it's got brown in it already. I don't know what that's about. But I think it's a pretty flower. The Cape honeysuckle are blooming. They just don't look all that great. That Angelonia has stayed alive. I'm probably going to move it. I want to get rid of these 2 containers here. I'm not going to... I want something here. I just don't know what it is yet. Oh, we got a squash blossom, but no. Oh, we do have a female, but the female is not open right now. So I gotta kind of watch these. But I'm pleased that the squash are coming along. This one's grown like twice its size. The cypress vine is full of red flowers, and I kind of remember this from last year. And actually it shows up as a lot of red flowers, but they actually open up when the sun hits them. So it'll be interesting. I think I'm going to enter one of these vines in the fair just because they're so unique. Is that not so pretty? I love it. A bird could live up in there. These 2 pots here are what I'm thinking I'm gonna then move or put grasses in, but I think I'm gonna get rid of these containers from this space and put in the containers that are like the rest of the yard that I had over by the house. So that's a project that's coming up. These look pretty good. I planted a Brussels sprout over there. I don't think it's gonna make it, this little guy. It's just too hot, but I didn't think it was gonna make it on the patio either, so I still gotta pull some of this plant out, which I'm gonna do shortly. You can see the sago has sprouted a bunch of new fronds. Up above you can see that things are dying out. I'm gonna start taking all that stuff out once it gets a little cooler, and we're gonna even take out the trees and stuff. And then I might put in white oleanders up there. I think they get the tallest of the species, are the white ones. And they have some really good looking ones at a local nursery. This is I moved this balloon flower, and it's coming in just fine here. There's a part of it that needs to be cut off, but that's a balloon flower. And I had it in one of the other beds, and I moved it because I wanted to put some squash in there in one of those Vego beds. So that's pretty. The bougainvilleas are right here are looking good. The one at the other end is a little taller, I think, but this is pretty. I forget what these beans are. I need to look them up. I should probably, I need to look up what these beans are. I didn't realize that I had beans, a different variety of beans growing here. There's my pretty Swiss chard. I think it's gorgeous. I love Swiss chard. And then over there you can see my pot that has Alyssium in it. I must be into delicate flowers. Maybe, I don't know. Oh, look at that big okra. That's huge. I have one Dusty Miller still alive, but isn't this pretty? I think that's so pretty. I knew it was a colored Alyssium because I had some white in another area, and it does kind of grow like a weed. So I think I'm going to put it in these other pots just because it's done so well, and I have lots of seeds, so might as well. Those squash look stunted to me, like they're not doing anything. So I don't know what the deal is. But the goji berries have come back real green. They were so pretty in the spring. So I have a feeling I'll get a flush of growth and with berries before the end of the season. That could be a feeling. It could just be hope. I don't know. There's some cow peas. Then this cypress vine. It's causing the garden to look even more unruly. And the peppers and the beans kind of flow together. I made these Chinese noodle beans. I sauteed them. Oh, there's a hummingbird. I sauteed them with purple onions and bacon and a little bit of brown sugar and then walnuts. And it's all I had for dinner one night was a bunch of Chinese noodle beans. And it was really tasty, which that's what we needed to do, was eat them up. This is a mess. We have decided we are definitely pulling this out. And I think after this week, it'll be the perfect time to get rid of all of this, because then my husband's going to redo the watering because of the flaws in the tubing. And then I'm going to plant my winter plants that are in the house out here. I've got Romanesco, which looks so pretty, and kale and beets and all sorts of things. So I'm looking forward to that. And then we're going to keep these and let these go till the end of the season, till they basically get a cold snap, because there are some good size tomatoes on here. There's some. And then they've kind of fallen over, but they're in here. My husband's been watching for worms. He's found a few more. So we're over 20 worms that we found in here, hornworms. There's the serranos. And I know this looks like a jungly mess, but there is green off the backside. So he's going to take out the front first and see if we get any small cherry tomatoes on the backside. But I don't know. I'm not hopeful that we'll get any. There's the cypress vines that are back here. And they are a mess. I think it is a weed. It's probably invasive. I love it because very few things grow for me. Look at how it's come over and even taken over there. That's crazy. The hummingbird likes it. Oh, looky here. Wanted to be on camera, I guess. So there's one of the containers that was against the house, and it has the holes in it, and my husband will plug those holes and stuff before but this is one of the pots that I'll probably use in the pathway over there. There's some pretty, from the Chinese noodle beans, some pretty flowers. I harvested some eggplants for my friend and didn't shoot that. I think I gave her 3 that were fairly good size. I harvested a bunch of eggplant last week and preserved it, so I put it in the food processor. These we had the other night where I sliced them dry, put them in a dry skillet and browned them, and then put a sauce with them, an orange sauce. That was really tasty. Don't think I have any Roma tomatoes yet. And then I don't think I've talked about my walking onions in a while. They look pretty. I probably will harvest some of them. I don't think I'm going to get the kind that, who knows, that get the flour on them. But I am going to clean them up some too. I know that this is just all stuff that I should have pulled out of the bed. And if I had wanted to put my best foot forward for my garden diary, I would have done that. But I'm not doing it for views. It's just me keeping track of what I'm growing, what things look like. It's easier than writing it down. And my blueberry bushes don't look too good back there either. It's been a harsh summer. So the sun is coming up. It's gonna be a good day. Looking forward to it. Lots to do. Lots of fun things to do. The daylilies, I can't believe they came back. And then I've got these pretty lantana here. No, I probably won't. I was gonna say I might put the Russian sage right in the middle here. The Russian sage gets so big. I think it might go out front. I have a spot over in the corner down at the bottom of our yard. It might go there. I haven't decided yet. I need to find a place for it though. And I just don't know where that would be. Maybe in this bed. Pull the lavender in the back and put the Russian sage in there. That might be what I do. So many things to consider. I don't know that the fire thorns and berries yet. I don't think it is. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start at this end of the top yard and work my way this way, because these rosemary are in good shape. And one of the things I'm gonna do is I'm gonna keep cuttings of all the rosemary here, because I want rosemary, I just don't want woody rosemary, and I think I've learned how to maintain them better. So I may plant some back. I might trim these down and then see what happens. I don't know yet. Because I'd like to get some terracing pots, the dirt locker type stuff up there. But I could start at this end and see how it looks. And even if I did a transition and did something, left some of the stuff back in here, it's nice and green and pretty, so I don't know. We shall see. Lots to think about. I don't think I showed the pomegranates today. And then I gotta stop my videos too long. They look beautiful. Oop, grasshopper. So they're starting to turn red. So maybe Disney doesn't paint theirs. Maybe I just need to be patient. Maybe I saw the pomegranates at the right time of year when I was at Disneyland. I don't know. This is where I think I'm going to put the aloe, in that whiskey barrel right there. That's why I put the cactus mix there. Anyway, that's my garden diary. Today is the 19th of September, and this is what we got out of the garden. There's 8 of the Black Beauty, and then I've got some of the small Asian eggplants. 5 of those. And there's more out there to pick. I just wanted to just bring in a little bit to harvest so that I could get it frozen and preserved. Today is September 22nd, and I always thought yesterday was the first day of fall. I thought all of them fell on the 21st, but something's telling me that today is the 22nd. So, I mean, that fall is today, the autumnal equinox or whatever. Anyway, I don't usually show my Swiss chard because I usually cut it fresh and saute it right away, so it doesn't usually get in any of my videos, but I'm not going to make anything until either lunch. It's morning, so I'll either make something for lunch or for dinner. Also, all of these noodle beans I'm gonna cook up. My husband doesn't care for beans, so I think what I'm gonna do is get out some bacon and saute these beans with some bacon, and he might eat them then. Bacon makes everything good. I got some corbaci peppers, some Fresno peppers. I think this one, I looked at the garden state or ID plant, and this is a long purple eggplant. Or this one was, but they're off the same plant. So I tried to make sure I knew which ones those were. So I got some eggplants here these I will saute and make a Asian orange sauce for them. And then I've got some cowpeas, and I actually picked some of these several days ago, but I've just left them outside to dry. So I got a few more today, and I thought, I'll put them in a bowl and show that. So for being summer foods and it being the 22nd of September, I don't think this is bad. I'm real pleased.